Hello everyone, Arcantos here. This is just a quick video about the progression of the character, of the build that I make. And maybe some of you are playing with this build. It's the Trickster with an Energy Blade. And I have a map here, Tier 8, where we're going to play to just show how this build is doing damage in these maps. And also the defense. I made a list here of things to talk in this video. I'm not fluent in English, you know, so very basic words. How this build works for the PoE beginners. Pretty basic stuff, but some of you are new to the game, so I will explain some concepts. How to deal with physical damage, how to deal with elemental damage, how to deal with stuns, how to deal with Ignite and Corrupted Blood, how to buy the best items. I'll give some tips on the trade side, and how to craft a 3 red link intelligent base item, which would be like this item here. Like this is the intelligence base item, and because of that, most of the colors of the sockets will probably be blue. It's very difficult to find items like this, but it's very easy to craft, and I will show you guys. Let's go to the map just to show how this build is doing damage in this level. Like this character is still trash, like nothing special here. You can see it's like really basic items. Oops. Just to show you our resistance is capped and our damage, let me see, after we activate is more or less this number here. Like you can see, we just obliterate any enemy. Like even the essence is like, it's very easy to kill. And how is the defense of this build? Let's see. Let's just get some hits on the face so you can see. As you can see, it's pretty tanky. It's not a really like strongly tanky, but it's enough tanky if you build it right, you know. You can see that if our leech basically doesn't end. That's why it's important to always attack to constantly leech from the enemies. But look, like it's really easy, you know. Let me just kill the boss in this map. This type of map is really good for our build because our build, they look, if I attack here, the enemies behind me don't get shot by the lightning strike. So this map, they are basically like a line, very straight. It's really good for this build. Open maps is not so good for this build. At least not for now, né? After we get the Val Smite, maybe it'll be a little better. Like this essence here is really strong. It has 4 essences. Like this guy here, it's tanky, you know. It's really strong, and we kill very fast. Let's just face the boss. Oh, I hate this boss. We cannot explode him in 1 second. He has this stupid phase. See? Feel my lightning strike. So, let's talk about the build now. Now that you show how is this character doing. I don't know how much the damage, but it's pretty high, you know? So how does build work for the beginners? Like, the more energy shield we have, the better is our defense, of course, because it's pretty much life, but also give more damage. It doesn't matter which weapon we use here. Can be staff, sword, axe, scepters, anyone. Whatever we activate these skills, it's turned into a sword. You can see here, it's like two-handed sword. It's not anymore a staff. I really recommend using a staff because staffs are pretty shit, no one uses, and because of this, it's pretty cheap. I think I paid this 5 kills, so you can buy. You can also use a shield if you want, like in your PoE build. Let me see here, 1 second. In our build, we use a shield here, but to be worth it, it needs to be a really good shield, like immensely good. Like this shield here gives this 300 energy shield, and it also gives increased lightning damage. So it's really good shield. Of course, this also make more tanky because of the block chance, but if you don't have a really good shield, you can use a two-handed weapon because it's gonna give you more damage and it's more worth it, in my opinion. So about the build, for those who don't know or first time playing with the Trickster, the main thing you need to know about this build is the Spellbreaker. This is pretty OP, this perk here. Like, this is the most important for us. You should get this first, but this you also gonna get like in the 3rd lab. And what this does, basically, when we spell suppress damage, we have 50% of our energy shield start recharge, which is a mechanic that is the energy shield start gain more energy shield. In this build, I don't take yet Wicked Ward, but we take this eventually. And basically, how the energy shield works: when you get hit, the recharge stop. So imagine that you start recharging energy shield. If you get hit, they stop, you know, and that's pretty bad. With this, basically they don't stop recharge when they get hit. We're gonna has less recharge, but overall is really good, and I think I'm gonna get this pretty soon. I was just focused on suppress spell damage because it's really important because of the Spellbreaker, you know. So whatever we spell suppression damage, we start recharge our energy shield. And because of this, it's really important to get this perk here. We're gonna give it's gonna give you a lot of spell suppression, and also take this. Right now I have 91% spell suppression, but whatever I spell suppression, I gain 8 more, so it's 99%. We can get like this last spell suppression with tattoos we can put here, or even with our gear. Like you can get this in all these main gears here. We can get a little more of spell suppression. So it's really important that you cap these guys. Like, I was having really rough time when I get to the maps because my spell suppression was not capped, and like I was really get one-shotted by elemental damage. So really try to cap this to 100%, you know, and of course get this perk here. About the physical defenses, it was when I get to the maps, I was also getting one shot by physical damage because this build doesn't have like armor. You see, you have evasion, but where is your armor? Like, we don't have it. Like, I'm gonna use a potion here, which is gonna give armor for us. And as you can see, now I have 20% of physical damage reduction. In the beginning, it's worth using a potion like this, because this potion, the function of this potion is is as for us, don't get one shot and kill, you know, because if you don't get kill in one shot, we can just attack and leech again, so it's not a problem. The only problem is getting one shot. Eventually, in our build, we're gonna have a lot of energy shield, you know, like in this build here. Let me see this. Let me just change here. Like in this example here, we have like 5,000 energy shield, and that's a lot of life. So it's pretty hard to one shot by physical damage with that amount of life, energy shield in that case. And the supreme version, let me see here, the expensive version, we're gonna have even more energy shield, like 8,000 energy shield. With that amount of energy shield, we don't have to worry about being one shot by physical damage. But until we get there, it's gonna happen. So how we prevent this? First, you can use a potion that give armor. It's like 20% is something, you know. You can also use the RTK armor, you know. This grants 20% less damage taken from hits while stationary. So it's pretty OP, and I recommend using this. Like eventually we won't be using the RTK armor again. We're gonna use the haste. Let me see here. See, we use the haste, but we can use the haste right now because we need the enlighten, and the enlighten is pretty expensive in the beginnings of the league. And because that, we use the RTK armor. Let me just see here, RTK armor here. Let me deactivate this. So we have a lot of unreserved men. You can see it's more cheap to reserve this, and also like in this point or in this point here, it doesn't make much difference. Oh, I think I need to configure something. Stationary, yeah. We need to configure this. As you can see, look at this physical max hits. It's up like 5,000, you know. So it's really important for we don't get one shotted. But eventually we won't use this anymore. We're gonna use the haste. But right now it's worth using. And how to deal with elemental damage? Like with spell suppression, of course, you really need this. Like right now, spell suppression damage prevention is in this number here, 63%. Oh guys, sorry, it's really difficult to speak. This needs to be capped, you know. Cap your spell suppression chance, and also cap your elemental resistance. Now let's get back to other things. How to deal with stuns, because some people have problems with these stuns. I don't put a permanent solution for stun in this build because I'm using the Soul of Brine King. Let me see. I can show in the game. Soul of the Brine King, we get stunned. We cannot get stunned again for 2 seconds. It's more like this, you know. So it's really easy to not get stunned in the beginning of the game. But what about a permanent solution? Well, we can use this. 1 second. If we go here in this mastery is really good. But if you have trouble with stun, you can change this for this one here. 50% of your energy shield is added to your stun threshold. With this, you basically won't get stun again. You can also use this because it's really strong. This mastery here, and you can also get this if you want. Like, of course, you're gonna have to drop some points in elsewhere. I have no idea where I could get these points, but whatever, you can if you want, and you can get here too. So you can still maintain this mastery, which is really OP, and you can get this mastery here, which is gonna give you practically immunity to stun. The other ways we can get immunity to stuns is by equipments. You can have equipments with stun immunities and our flask too. Let me just show you guys. This is a flask, and there's a suffix, which is this chance to avoid being stunned. It can go for 50, this number here. And we can increase the effect of this, and eventually we're gonna use a Mage Blood. So this number here basically becomes 100% with the Mage Blood. It's not because of Mage Blood, but because of this enchantment here, you know. So with this enchantment here, we don't have a problem with stun eventually. But right now, the only thing I'm using is just this, and I don't have any problems. So how to deal with Ignite and Corrupted Blood? So the easy way of leading with Ignite is this soul here. Last duration of Ignite on you. Like this solves the problem. It's not 100% immunity, but it's enough to don't get killed. You know, you just have to attack and start leeching to not die. Eventually, we're gonna have a Mage Blood again, and there's this jewel here. It's pretty OP. What this does is our chance to avoid being shocked. It's applied for all elemental ailments. So because of this, we use. Let me see, where is it? Here, we're gonna use a flask that give avoid to being shocked. And because of the Mage Blood, this is turning to 100% chance to avoid being shocked. And because of this jewel here, basically all the humans we have immunity, including Ignite. But another way that we can get immunity to Ignite is through jewels. And just get one here, and jewel serve. If you can find corrupted jewels with this. Corrupted Blood cannot inflict in you, of course, is really good. And there's also the Ignite, reduce Ignite duration on you. So this is the way we can deal with this very bad immunities. Speaking about the Corrupted Blood, another way we can deal is through the Life Flask. There's a craft we can make which grants immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood when we use this. It's from here that I'm getting my immunity right now. But eventually, I think I will get through here, which will be more permanent solution, you know? Here, corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. It's quite expensive in the beginning of the league, but it's pretty easy to find one, even it's not a really good attributes, but have this implicit. Now I'm gonna give some tips how to buy the items. Let me just get my trade site here. 1 second. Basically, guys, we need to use not this here. If you click here, you can choose the weighted sum, and we can basically use a formula to calculate like the best item for us. And we can put here things like total resistance, and we can put here energy shield, which is the best thing we need. And we can also put a weight. Let's put 10 here just to show you. Let me get a helmet here. In this way, they're gonna give a sum, you know, about this formula that we put here, just to show you guys. So if you click this sum button here, they're gonna give the best items. Let me just get the rare items here first. Any non-unique. Let's order for here. As you can see, they basically they will get the best items with more energy shield and resistance. You know, you can like play with this and put different values right here if you want. You can also use another group, like let's say that you really need lightning resistance because it's the only things that you don't have capped. So you can put here and say, hey, I need a helmet with 40% of lightning resistance. But also it would be good if it has a lot of energy shield and maybe other resistance, right? So you can make this. So this is a weighted sun, and this is need to be this. Let's do the search again. 1 second. Now we have these items. We can also restrict by the price. Let's say I don't have much Chaos Orb. The max price will be 10 Chaos Orb. Let's do it again. Here we got some good items, you know. A lot of energy shield, a lot of resistance or lightning resistance. So use these two things to buy good items. About the crafting now, let's do it. How to craft this three Regi linked in intelligent base eating. Let me see if I have some eating here that I can craft. Yep, there's this eating here. It's intelligent eating. It's a unique, but don't worry. As you can see, let me just get this to is4. Like if I use this, most of the time they're gonna be like blue because it's an intelligent eating. But we can use this. We're gonna put here, and we're gonna get 2 sockets. 2 sockets. So now they have 2 sockets, and now we're gonna use this craft here. At least 2 red sockets. It's gonna cost a lot. Don't worry. Now we have 2 sockets. You know. Let me just link this. By the way. Okay. Now you can basically do this, like, hey, let's try to 3 sockets. Oh, that's not ready. Again to 2 sockets. 3 sockets again. Oh, it's not ready. Back to 2 sockets again. 3 sockets. No. Again, 3 sockets. Nope. We're gonna use a lot of this Geology Orb, but it's pretty easy to get this. So it's not difficult, you know. You just need to do this here, pretty easy, you know. Now we just get the 4 linked. Let me see, 4 sockets here, and I can try to link this. Oh, anyway, you understand how you can make this. Okay, this is the way. Guys, sorry to my horrible English. I hope you understand the things I have to say. I think I will improve my English if I force myself to make these videos. Leave a comment what you think about this video, and I see you in the next. See you.